my name is Krista, and today I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Pat McGrath Labs Metalmorphosis 005 collection. I have the everything version, and it's a first edition limited release. This collection dropped November 15th, which was this past Tuesday. I got mine straight from the Pat McGrath website, and I had the 12 o'clock release. It wasn't the early edition or anything. I paid for this myself with my own money, so I'm going to be giving you guys my honest opinion. I'm going to show you swatches, just give you first impressions, and you guys can make your own informed decision on whether or not you'd like to get this, as it does drop again in Sephora online, and I'm not sure about in stores or not. But they will be having the everything collection along with the separate packaging ones, which is one pigment, one cream, the mixing liquid, and a liner. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the packaging looks like. I already did open it just because you'll understand why in a second, but I'm going to try and contain the disaster, even though it'd be cool. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this. So I just stuck it in a baking dish because I wasn't sure how big of a mess this was going to make otherwise. And it's just a bunch of sequins, which is kind of cool. These here are the cream shades, and then these are the pigments. You have your dual-ended brush and then the mixing liquid. And I'm going to go ahead and start testing those out for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start with the liner just because I feel like it. This, I will mention, this is my first review, so you guys are going to have to kind of bear with me with this. I decided that this was something I wanted to do just because I didn't see a lot of reviews, and I felt like that was, I don't know, I feel like people should watch reviews before they go ahead and buy something, especially since this was $165. So that's a lot of money to throw at something you don't, I mean, you can see on Instagram, I think there was a couple different videos. Nobody ever showed tutorials or like gave their opinions about it. And I think that's very important before you make a purchase. So I wanted to make that available to people who might feel the same way. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the wide tip side of the marker, and that looks like that. Okay. So that's what that looks like. I will say I noticed just a tiny bit of feathering down here at the bottom. That could be because I have dry-ish hands. I'm a teacher, so I have to wash my hands a lot, and I do try and keep them as moisturized as possible, but it's a never-ending battle. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the precise side. And I did a thicker line, and I did a thinner line just so you guys could see what it would look like either way you wanted to do that. It has really nice pigmentation. It's already dry. It's not cracking. These are all good things. I've had liners in the past do that to me where I didn't even completely have it dry yet, and it already started flaking off. That drives me nuts. So I'm really glad to see that it's a nice quality pen. I think you can buy the pen separately too, and I want to say it's $24 I saw on Sephora. And again, that collection will be dropping November 22nd. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the creams. I'm going to clean off my hand really quick just so we have a nice canvas to work with. It's really pigmented. I don't know if you guys can see that, but my hand where I had it is still black. It's taken a little extra work to get it off, and I don't think it's a waterproof marker. I think it's just a regular felt tip liner. So I'm going to start with the creams for you guys, and the first one I'm going to start with is the Gold 005 cream. I'm just going to be using my finger, swiping once, and then putting it directly on my hand, just so you guys can, in case you guys can't see So that's one swipe. And that's actually really pigmented. I don't know if you guys can. Pretty impressed with that. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay. So that's the gold 005 cream, and this is what it looks like in the pan. One thing I will say that's really neat is this mirror. I've never seen like a little single eyeshadow come with mirror before, so that's a really cool added bonus, I guess I'd say. But again, $165. There should be added bonuses. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with this one's the silver 005 cream. And again, I'm just doing one swipe. It's a silver. And that's what that looks like. They're both very reflective and eye-catching, as you can see. Or light-catching, not eye-catching, sorry. As you guys can see. And then here's what it looks like in the pan. Again, it has the nice mirror. Next we'll be doing the bronze 005 cream, and I'm going to put that right next to the other ones. Again, just one finger swipe. That's what it looks like on my finger. That's what it looks like applied. And then that's what it looks like in the pan, guys. I will say I do notice a little bit of patchiness with this one that I didn't see with the other two. I don't know if that's just from the way I applied it or not, but we'll see. Next I'm going to be going in with the Copper 005 cream. That's what it looks like in the pan. Swipe. That's what it looks like on my finger. And then that's what it looks like on my hand. And again, this is the copper here, and this is the bronze. And they look similar-ish. In person, you can definitely tell that there's a bigger difference. The copper is more reddy orange, and then the bronze is more goldenish orange. So I'm pretty happy with these. I mean, they look really nice. They're very smooth application. And again, the only patchy-ish noticing one was the bronze. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe these off, and then I'll show you guys the pigments, and then I'll show you what the mixing liquid looks like combined with the pigments. So I'm going to show you the gold first, which is the pigment that I guess they have dropped before. This is I forgot to mention, this is my first Pat McGrath purchase too. So I've never really played around with them before. But so far I'm pretty impressed with the pigmentation and the quality of the shadows. So again, this is the Gold 001 pigment, and then I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you guys. I will say I'm a little disappointed with the quality of the packaging compared to, go ahead and show you the golden the cream. You guys can see the difference here. This one is this packaging I feel like is a little bit more sturdy, and it just looks a little bit nicer with the mirror. This one feels kind of cheap. I mean, it's just a little flimsy, plasticky kind of lid, and I'd be a little bit worried throwing this in with my makeup because just in the past I've had shadows like this. Ulta has a very similar kind of packaging, and my lids have snapped, so that'd be one thing I'd be a little bit concerned about. And again, for the price, that's kind of, to me, that's a little lame, but we'll see the pigmentation and figure out whether or not it is worth it. And it is a minor detail. I don't know if that would bother anybody else. It's just something that's a little weird to me. So here's the gold pigment, and that's the application on my hand. I will say it is a little bit patchier than the cream, which I mean that's normal for eyeshadow in general, so I'm not gonna go ahead and fold that. Next I'm going to show you guys the silver. that's what it looks like in the pan. That one didn't come off as nice, so I'm going to go ahead and do another swipe just so we get a nicer application. Okay, there you go. That's the silver there. And again, it does the light catching. It's very pretty. It's just not as pigmented as the creams are. So this one is the bronze. Here's what it looks like in the pan. I will say this one did not swatch very nicely. This kind of chunked up, if you guys can see that, came off pieces, which is, I don't really like that. That's a little disappointing. So there's that one. Kind of made a mess. And as you guys can see, it's a little patchy. That's where the chunky pieces were, I guess. And then this is the regular swatch, so that it is patchier than the other ones were. And that's the bronze. And then the last one I'm going to show you is the copper. Looks similar to the bronze, but it's a slight difference. These pigments, it's a little bit harder to see the difference than it is with the creams. I'm going to go ahead and show you side by side in the pans, just so you guys can see this. This one here is the bronze, and this one over here is the copper. It's just, I don't know. They look awful similar. Which, I mean, copper and bronze in general do look similar. We're going to go ahead and swatch that. I'm going to put it right next to the bronze, just so we can see what the pigments look like and the difference in them. Alright, yeah. So that one is this one here is the bronze. That was the one that came off a little funny. This one is the copper, and I think it swatched a lot nicer than the other one did. And I mean, I've been pressing the same, like, I don't know what you would call that, weight, I guess? Same pressure, I'm sorry. Same pressure on each swatch, so I don't know why it just went weird on me like that. I'm going to go ahead and get out the mixing liquid, and we'll see what this does for us. Sealed, 1 second. Don't make a mess, don't make a mess. There you go. And then I have a brush, just so we don't. Okay. So I just got it a little wet. Okay, well. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know I'm not exactly sure what that just did. Except make it a little more patchy looking, which is okay. We'll go ahead and I'm going to try to do it again just because I'm not sure. This is my first time playing around with this, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. Okay, wow. Alright. Let's see what it did now. I don't know if you guys can, do you see how bright that is right there? Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more just so we can see. I wish it had like a little, almost dropper kind of a thing, that way you could just like put it on there, not make a huge mess. Alright, so I add a little bit more, and that's just, that's really pretty. It does feel kind of weird. It doesn't feel like exactly like water, but it feels similar. I don't know if you guys have used the Garnier micellar water. That's what it feels like to me, and it does kind of smell a little funny, which, I mean, I'm sure it does because there's alcohol in it and some other stuff, but I don't know how I feel about that smell. And I'm going to go ahead and show you on the silver next. Clean brush. So that's what that does to the silver and the gold. Makes it really, really light catching. And as you can tell, these ones are more, blanking on the word, I'm sorry. They're more, I guess, light catching, luminescent than these ones are. Just with a little, I am barely using liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and show you on the other two real quick. I am going to redo the bronze just because I feel like it won't be fair if I didn't fix that. Again, with the chunky, I don't like it. Now it's a big mess. It's annoying. Alright, but there's, added it to the bronze. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the copper, and then I'll show you what it looks like with the cream, and we will try it out. Alright, so they all have the liquid on it. They all are very luminescent, and even, like, I don't know if it looks different for you guys because there's a light, but even in the dark, it's very in your face. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and get out the creams and try the same thing, and we're going to see what that looks like. I'm just going to leave it on this hand, and then I'll go ahead and do this, the cream swatches on this hand. That way you guys can see like a side-by-side comparison with those. So I'm just going to do it in the same order too. So I'm going to start with the gold. So that's without the mixing liquid. I'm going to do silver. Without the liquid. Then we're going to do bronze, and then we're going to do copper. There you go. I dropped it, but we're okay. And then we have copper. Okay. So this is the creams without any of the liquid on it, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that real quick. Alright, I'm right-handed, so this might look a little funny. Okay. Alright. So that is with the liquid on it, and the top hand here, my left hand, these are the pigments, and then the lower hand, my right hand, is the creams. And just a side-by-side example, the creams definitely are brighter and shinier than the pigments are. The golds are really, really similar though when it comes to terms of brightness. I will say one thing that I do notice on both hands with the pigments in the liquid, there's just a tiny bit of fade, like applying the liquid kind of brushes some of the pigment away. With the creams though, it's really, really clear on the gold that it washed some of that away, like right here. And again, with the silver, there's a little bit of fade at the top. The bronze and the copper, I don't really notice much. There just might be a tiny, tiny bit right here. So overall, I'm really happy with these. They do look nice. Again, it's just the one bronze that comes off chunky, and it's kind of weird. But again, overall, they're really, really great shadows. For everything it comes with, I will say that I think it is worth the price. My only two complaints would be the bronze comes out chunky. The packaging is just kind of meh. With the pigments, I do really, really like the way the creams go. So, I've never done a metallic lip. I will go ahead and try that one for you guys though. But if I look like whatever, that's why I think I'm going to go ahead and try it with the either the bronze or the gold. I like the bronze the best, so I think, or the copper, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and with the copper and try that one just because I like that one better. Sorry. Okay. Tap that on my hand. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead with the liquid here. I'm going to put it on. And I can show you another color on my lid if you want. That looks really neat. I'm really excited about this. Okay. This isn't exactly precise. So there is the copper, and I think that looks really cool. I really like that. I will go ahead and show you on my eyes. I do not have anything on my eyes right now except for some mascara, but I didn't put any shadow or anything on just because I wanted a clean canvas for us to test this out on. I will show you, it's gonna look silly, but I'll do one eye gold and then the other eye silver just so you guys can see what that looks like. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do one pigment and one cream just so you guys can see the differences on my eyelids. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a brush. That's gross. The pigments from where I swatched my hands earlier are like flaking all over all my stuff. That's kind of yucky. That's probably because I didn't set it with anything, and I mean I have been putting it on and swatching. It's just kind of make a mess, which is not my favorite thing. I don't really like messes. I'm not a huge fan of that. So I will show you the gold pigment and then I'll show you the silver cream. They all do look the same, these ones. That's the only downfall with these. So you have to, they have labels on the back just telling you which color's which. That's why if you guys see me looking down like this, that's what I'm doing. So, okay. Silver, cream, gold pigment. And then with the pigment, I will go ahead and do the mixing liquid so we can see what that looks like. Alrighty. So I'm just going in, these are Costco brushes. This is the first brush set that I ever got when I first got into makeup. I do want to get nicer brushes eventually. And I do have some IT Cosmetics brushes and a couple Ulta brushes as well. Those are all dirty though, and I wanted to show you clean brushes just so we could. Okay, do you see, I barely swiped that. That looks really pretty. Okay. I'm just really excited about this. I'm so sorry. Alright. So again, this is the gold pigment right here. I'm not noticing much fallout except just a little right under my eyes here. And I just stuck my nose right in the pan. I'm so sorry. But no, that's what the gold looks like, and that's without any liquid, so I'll go ahead and put that on for you guys so you can see that. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. Yeah, I accidentally spilled that. Again, dropper. Dropper's what I'm going for here. That is amazing. I think this is the nicest gold I've ever used on my eyes. That's really pretty, okay. Alright, I'm really impressed with this, I will say. The lip looks cool. I do like that too. It's a little drying though. I do moisturize my lips a lot, but they're looking pretty chapped right now. And I'm thinking it's the alcohol in the mixing liquid that probably does that, so I would maybe put on some extra chapstick or moisturizer, whatever you use, before applying anything on your lips. So I'm going to go in with the silver pigment now and show you guys what that looks like, and I'll get your clean brush. Okay. I'm just going to make a little bit of a mess here, sorry about that. Alright, so nice clean. This one is a Tarte brush. It came in a holiday set that I was given for Christmas last year. I can't really tell you, it doesn't have any identifying, like the brush number or anything, it just kind of says Tarte. So I'm going to go ahead in with the silver pigment, and I will show you guys that I have a nice little mirror here, so I can see what I'm doing, which is very nice. It's kind of, I might just use my finger actually. Wow, okay. I know it looks like I'm looking at you, I promise that I'm not trying to do that. But that's the silver pigment, or this is the cream, this is the pigment with the liquid on top. Help if I close my eyes, I think. Alright, so I'm going to try using my finger. It came off pretty well with the brush. I just think it would be better quality if I went in with... Okay, there we go. Yep. And there you go. And there is... Should only fall out where I just stuck my finger, which that doesn't count as fallout. But we can go ahead and use this as a highlight for you guys to see. I'll just do a little more. There we go. And again, that's very luminescent. It does make me look like I got a bit of sunburn though. That's just from an alcohol wipe earlier. Wiped my face with it. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. One thing I will say is, even though I have wiped this quite a few times, there is still excess glitter all over my hands, which I'm not going to complain because it's a glittery eyeshadow. That's what it's supposed to do. It shouldn't just fall all over your face and look like a royal mess. So that is one thing though. I don't know if it'd stay on. Sorry if I look like a silly. Oh, there's still a lot more. So this will probably take a few swipes for you guys to get off. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cream side. Bloop. Nope, still hanging on. Right there. And then we'll do mouth, and then we'll be done. Okay. And that, I think, was the easiest to get off. I do still see little sections of it on my eyes. These aren't my favorite wipes. These are just Berkeley & Jensen towelettes, which is from BJ's. They're not my usual ones. I generally use either the Neutrogena wipes, or I actually really like the Equate wipes. These are just what I've been using as a filler, and then after I go in with that, I generally go in with, again, my Garnier micellar water and just wipe that down. I feel like it does a really nice job of getting any makeup or dirt or oil off my face, and it's hydrating and it doesn't burn. I've actually had, I don't remember what brand it was, but I did have a micellar water before that burned when I wiped my makeup off, and I really was not a fan of that. I stopped using it right after that and switched to the Garnier. Anyway, so my final thoughts. I really like the packaging that it comes in, or it comes in a bag and with all the sequin things. I like the way the creams are packaged. I like the felt tip brush. The only two things, again, are the bronze is a little chunky, which is kind of weird. I don't know why it's specifically that formula is the way it is. But all the rest of them are really great quality. And again, just the packaging is just a little yucky. Something popped up on my phone. That's why I covered it up for a second, just so. I think I would repurchase this again. I really like this a lot. If you guys wanted to get a specific shade or specific kit, I would probably say to go for the gold or the copper. Those were my two favorite colors, just based on pigmentation, what would go with my eyes. Just in general, I really like the browns and the copper, or the copper and the gold. But again, it's your choice. You guys now have review, you have swatches, and you have just the entire review here. So you guys can go ahead and decide whether or not you would like to purchase. Feel free to leave a comment. Please, again, this first time doing this, I know it wasn't the best, and I apologize for that. Please leave comments about what you think I could do better. Please be nice about it, because I am a human being and I do obviously make mistakes. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.